I believe Muhammad did exist. If you're inventing a religion and inventing the last and greatest prophet of your religion, you're not going to invent stories that make your hero look stupid or insane or unreliable or evil or cowardly or possessed. In other words, you'll invent things that help your case for your new prophet. You're not going to invent things that hurt your case for your new prophet. This means that if we open up the Muslim sources and we find lots of stories that make Muhammad look stupid and insane and unreliable and evil and cowardly and possessed, the best explanation for why we have all these stories is that, like it or not, these things really happen. And if these things really happen, then Muhammad obviously existed. We know from Muslim sources that when Muhammad began receiving revelations, his first impression of these revelations was that they were demonic. When Muhammad fled the cave of Hira, he was convinced that the first 5 verses of Surah 96 had been put into his head by some sort of demon or poetry genie. We read in the earliest Islamic biography of Muhammad. Muhammad said, "Now none of God's creatures was more hateful to me than an ecstatic poet or a man possessed. I could not even look at them. I thought, woe is me, poet or possessed." Whatever Muhammad encountered in that cave, he was convinced that it was something bad. He ran home to his wife for protection from this demon. Muhammad ran home to his wife, and it was his wife and her cousin, who weren't there and who had no idea what he encountered, who persuaded him that he wasn't possessed. He was a prophet of the great God Allah. Now, if you were making up a prophet for your new religion, would you make up a story about him thinking that he was possessed and that he had encountered a demon and that he needed to be talked out of this view by people who weren't there? I wouldn't. We also know that after Muhammad's experience in the cave, he became suicidal and tried to hurl himself off a cliff. He says here in our earliest biography, "I will go to the top of the mountain and throw myself down that I may kill myself and gain rest."